Hello everyone. This is Sandra Solomon here. This video, it's very important for everyone to listen to it very carefully regarding to Mr. Trudeau rewarding the terrorist Omar Khadr $10 million on top of that apology. So here's my thoughts on what happened. First of all, this is like again proven my points over and over that the liberals, they lost it. Trudeau lost it completely. He is a converted Muslim. He is a pro-Islam. He is a pro-jihadist. He is a pro-terrorist. He is a pro-evil. He is a wicked man. Has no intention to build this country. Has no intention to care about Canadians. Has no intention to support true patriots, Canadians, to build this country and move forward to achieve a better future for our families and our kids. So over and over and over, Trudeau showing his real face and the layers of the masks that he's wearing, it's dropping one at a time. So my thoughts on regarding what he's doing to the terrorists Omar is it's good and bad at the same time. Of course, I'm not supporting his decision at all. I'm not supporting the liberals at all, and I'm not supporting any terrorist or any jihadist whatsoever. Okay, and but in another way, it shows the real face of the liberals. It shows the real face of the lefties, that they're going crazy and they're becoming more and more. We should call Trudeau from now on, his new job, to become a terrorist. I'm a human rights activist. Okay, he's a terrorist rights activist. That's a new title for Trudeau, a terrorist rights activist. So he need to stop what he's doing. We need to do what we are keep doing what we are doing to expose the wicked and evil and satanic and wicked ways and the direction that the lefties and the liberals are taking this country toward it. That's number one. Regarding to Omar, okay, regardless of what happened to him, first of all, he's been convicted a terrorist. He killed a U.S. soldier, medic, leaving a widow, leaving a baby behind him. Okay, number one, the war itself from the root, from the beginning, it's the war against jihad, against terrorism, against the radicals, okay, who wants to destroy our Western civilization, who wants to dominate and take over. That's the whole point. So regardless of what Omar did or others are doing, these are terrorists. Okay, why we are sending the soldiers to fight these terrorists overseas while the government releasing them and giving them the freedom to walk freely, and on top of that $10 million. What's the point of the bloodshed of the Canadian soldiers, okay, who's fighting the fight to keep Canada safe and to keep Canada free from the jihadists, from the terrorists? What's the point of us working hard? As a human rights activist, I'm working hard, I'm fighting hard to expose the Islamic ideology that I grew up with it. I could be a jihadist like Omar at a certain point of my life when I was a teenage, like him, okay, when he started to become a real jihadist. He actually put the bombs and killed and all that stuff. Yes, at a certain point, they were trying to brainwash me with the same ideology that lead Omar to do what he did, to kill, to go with the jihadist. He learned it from his father. He learned it from Quran. He learned it from Hadith. He learned it in the mosque. He learned it in the home. Where did he got it from? How he became a jihadist to begin with? What makes me at a certain point as a Palestinian believing strongly that yes, we should kill the Jews, that yes, we should wipe them off, we should wipe Israel, we should become a jihadist. We used to call the jihadists who commit suicide bombing or kill the Jews in the West Bank, in the Israel, we used to call them heroes. That's exactly what happened to me. Like what's happened to Omar, I understand where he come from. Like as a child being brainwashed into the ideology itself and commit a terror attack as young as a teenage. Okay? But he's a terrorist. That doesn't mean he's not a terrorist. And obviously, he's not repenting. Obviously, he's not feeling sorry for what he did. Obviously, he's not really care so much about his actions on what led him to be in jail for 10 years. He's a convicted terrorist. Okay, proven. It's not like, yes, he was a child, he did something, whatever, out of his, he's been forced into it or something. No, he did it fully, understanding what he's doing. He did it fully, committed, and he's been convicted and he admitted. So what we need to do is to distinguish between loving and forgiving and between enforcing the law. Enforcing the law. This guy, now we have two scenarios, okay? Let's see what we can do to stop him of receiving this money. Number one, okay, I'm not gonna tell you exactly how we can do it or where we don't do it. I don't know how to write petitions. I'm not politicians. I'm just an activist, ex-Muslim, a human rights activist, warning people of the danger of Islam, the danger of the ideology itself. And I know that there is many Muslims are brainwashed with it, but it doesn't mean we stop fighting it. We need to fight the ideology itself. What makes Umar to become the Umar the jihadist? Because of Quran, because of the teaching of Muhammad, the leader of all terrorists. He got it from his father. So my advice to you, and whoever wants to take it, take it. Whoever doesn't want to take it, it's up to you. It's either we stop him of receiving this money, okay? Or if we can't, I don't know what's the legal actions. I don't know how to do that. We need lawyers. We need people in politics. We need politicians who really for Canada. I don't know what the heck is going on with the Conservative Party. I don't know what the heck is going on with the other parties. I'm not in contact with none of them. I'm just doing my own thing to educate people. That's all about it. That's the maximum I can do. So my advice to take this message to whoever if you can deliver it to anyone who's in politics, who can write the petitions, who can do something about it, okay? Stop him of receiving money. And stop him of being freely going like this without supervision. So we have another scenario. Let's say he received the money, okay? Okay, that's a good thing. If he received the money, that's our Patriots mission, or our Patriots mission, and whoever can follow up after that. My advice, let's assume he got the money. Okay, our duty after that to keep our eyes on him. 100% it will lead to another. It's either sleeping cells in Canada, another jihadist, another terrorist, because they're not gonna leave him. I'm ex-Muslim. I know exactly how these jihadists think, how these people think. The terrorists, they're not gonna leave him alone with this amount of money. They're all for money. They're all for money. They will definitely need to put their hands on this money to use it for their own terrorism agenda in Canada. So if this guy got the money, what we need to do, like, this is a must. It's not an option. That's a must. What we need to do is, I don't care how you guys gonna do it, just do it. 24/7, keep your eyes on him. We need to watch him, where he goes, where he comes, where he spends. We need to track every single dollar of these $10 million. It will lead us to very important information and very important link to another terrorist in the country, because most likely he will spend in the country, and most likely as well he will invest some of it outside. Okay, he will invest it into terrorism, I am sure 100%, with his willingness or not, regardless if he like it or not, because the terrorist will come after him, and his life as well, it's not gonna be as happy as you think. No, this money is not gonna bring him happiness. The terrorists, they're either gonna come after him and force him to do things or to fund them, or otherwise you know what I mean. So he will end up linking into these people back again. Not every terrorist can really completely leave jihad and leave terrorism and actually fully understand that he was doing wrong, and okay, he took his time in jail and now he's a different person. He's all for peace, he's all for love. First of all, he's still Muslim. Okay, number two, he seems he all what he care about is the money, and all what he care about is himself. And here you go, we have also the Muslim consulate of Canada. They actually like the decision of Trudeau, of course, as usual. Okay, they satanic work together. They like the decision, and they actually so what they said, it's it's protecting for a human rights and for the law and all that stuff. So regardless, read what the Muslim consulate said. And so that's my advice. Keep your eyes on the guy. Do not just let him walk away with the money and just living his life and just go. No, keep your eyes on him. We need to track every single dollar, where he goes, which mosque he will be attending, which Muslim leaders they will be visiting him, where he live, whom he talked to, which activities that he's gonna be doing after, and if he leave Canada, where did he go? If he decide to take the money and disappear, and he might end up going to Afghanistan, he might end up going to Syria to fight with ISIS. We never know. A terrorist is a terrorist. A terrorist is a terrorist, regardless. Okay, I don't trust him at all. I don't trust his intentions. Regardless, even if he got his time in jail, okay, he's out. It doesn't mean we apologize to him. It doesn't mean we give him $10 million. That has nothing to do with that. If he got his punishment in the jail and he's out, still he needs to be under supervision for another maybe 10 or 20 years until we make sure he's safe to the community. He's safe not to end up committing another jihadi attack or another terrorist attack. Like, it doesn't mean that he's okay, he's all peaceful and he's gonna go put candles and he do meditation and spiritual meditation for love and peace. He's still a terrorist. He still have the mentality. He's still a Muslim. He still believe that Muhammad is a prophet. He still believe the Quran is the constitution. So anyway, the liberals, the lefties, they went too far. I'm against the decision, but at the same time, we need to take advantage of this decision to show the true face of the liberal, to show the true face of the lefties, to show the true face of Trudeau, to learn your lesson, Canadians, to learn, you listen. That I'm keep telling you, wake up and wake up and wake up. I'm telling you, we need to take a serious actions. We need to take a fast, serious action. We need to get united. And I'm keep telling you over and over, these people, they're not here to protect you. They're not here to build you, to build your country. They're not here to make Canada great again. They're not here to integrate with the Canadian law, with the Canadian system, with the Canadian values. Wake up. How many evidence that we need to bring to you? Okay, and here you go. They're doing it. We don't have even to work hard to prove our point. Giving a $10 million to convicted terrorists? Not caring about the soldiers who died? Fighting jihadists and fighting terrorism? So what's the point of us sending these soldiers? There is no need. Bring them back. We need them here. I am sure 100% there's a sleeping cells. Jihadists are in Canada already waiting for the right time. And yet the government taking all these millions, all your taxpayers, hard-working Canadians' money, okay? This is your money. Like, as if you're giving the terrorists the money to kill you. Like, how stupid is that? How crazy is that? Funding terrorists, taking all these millions, and you guys are freaking just sitting. What are we doing? Nothing. I do as much as I can rallies. I'm as much as I can educational videos. As much as I can, I even end up protesting mosques to show them, like, here you go. We're not gonna be quelled. We're not gonna stop. We're opposing your agenda. We understand Islam. We're gonna keep our eyes on you. Lately, the YouTube, I got my YouTube channel strikes because of the video I made, how to spy on the mosques, how to spy on Muslims. But I'm gonna still do another educational videos, how to spy on Muslims. We need to come, and this is not a hate speech. I'm talking serious here. We need to spy on Muslims. We need to keep our eyes on them. These people, they don't care about you. Period. I'm serious about it. These people, here Muhammad, here Allah, here Quran. That's it. It doesn't matter. I personally, I do not trust any Muslim, no matter how peaceful they look, no matter how educated they look, no matter how clean and nice, good looking they look. No matter how nice, beautiful clothes and beautiful houses and beautiful cars, doesn't matter to me. No matter how educated, it could be engineer but yet is a terrorist. It could be a doctor but yet is a terrorist. Has nothing to do with that. When I say these things, I am serious about it and I mean it. And I mean it fully. It has nothing to do with the educational level they are. It has nothing to do with whatever the society, whatever they live in. They are in Canada physically, but here is still at the 7th century, at the time of Muhammad. Here is still Quran. Here is still Muhammad. They don't see you. They do not see you as a human. They see you as a filthy, infidel, kafir. You should be killed. You should be slave to them. You should work for them because they are the supreme. Al-Islam ya'lu wa la yu'la alay. Okay? The Islam, the supreme and nothing supremacists above Islam. This is what I mean. Like, I grow up exactly in the same environment where Omar Qadir grew up with. And that's the difference between me and Omar. Omar continued, and as a teenage, when I became like between 16, 17, don't tell me as a child. No, even if he's underage, they understand. Trust me. They understand. Even there's many Muslim kids, the Muslim kids of today, the terrorists of tomorrow. Don't look at them as yes, I am for kids' rights. Yes, I love kids. Do you think I'm happy when I see Palestinian kids holding the knife and going to kill the Jews? Of course not. But to me, this still is a terrorist. Many of them, they are ready to commit suicide. Many of them, they are ready to hold the knife and go kill. Many of them, they are ready. They are jihadists. We need to keep them away from the whole communities. They're not safe. They're not safe into community until we make sure 100% they are safe to walk on the street. They are safe to live among people. It doesn't matter. It takes so many times. There is no way to do a rehabilitation for these. There is no way. They need to be in jail for the rest of their life. Don't become like so dummy when it comes to the mixing between love and forgiving and enforcing the law. There is a law. There is people. I am sure 100% Omar Kader, I am sure 100% he's not gonna take this money and go fund and support all these cancer organization or kids hospitals, or give it to charity to the churches or the synagogue to help the Jews, the survivors of the Holocaust, or goes to he's not gonna do that. Or give it to the persecuted Christians who's persecuted in the Middle East and give them. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. So keep your eyes open on this guy. He's out. It's good and bad at the same time. We can use it to lead us to another terrorist that he's gonna be linked to with. Now he's free. Of course they're gonna contact him. Of course that he's gonna go back and contact these terrorist groups. Of course, 100%. Of course he's gonna take this money and spend it to support terrorism, to fund terrorists. Regardless, fund them here in Canada, or find another way to send the money to either Al-Qaeda or to either ISIS, or doesn't matter, any other terrorist group. They're all the same at the end of the day. And we have the government here supporting them, standing for a terrorist right activist. And Trudeau, he completely lost it. Completely lost it. So it's your chance now. It's you to take the what are you gonna do as a Canadian, as a patriot who's standing for this country? The difference between me and Omar, as almost the same age, when I was 16, 17, like high school age, I rejected this. I start to see it as something evil. I start to see it as full of hate, full of violence. They want to brainwash me. I lived claiming that he was tortured. What about me? I should sue Saudi Arabia then for the torture that I faced in Saudi Arabia, for me rejecting Sharia law, for me rejecting to submit to Islam. If he got tortured, what about me? I got beaten physically many times, to the point that my brother almost attempted to murder me. Was tortured. That's the tortured. He was tortured. What tortured? What tortured you're talking about? Let's talk about my tortured. I lived in Saudi Arabia since I was from 9 years old. I left it when I was like about 25 years old. Like, imagine the torture, the physical torture, the emotional torture, the mental torture that I faced in Saudi Arabia as a woman. As a woman. I couldn't finish my education. I was forced into the marriage. I was forced to wear the stupid garbage bag, the hijab and the niqab. I was forced to, either to submit or are gonna be quilled, kick me out from school many times, and the high school. So what tortured? I should sue Saudi Arabia then. If it's legal for people to sue countries for the torture, then I can just sue Saudi Arabia for what they did to me. For the educational system, the jihadists and terrorists educational system that they give it to us. Every day the oath in the school, every day. Quran, it's our constitution. Jihad, it's our way. Dying for Allah, it's our ultimate dream. That's the torture. This is the brainwash. This is the brainwash. If you want to fix the problem, you fix it from the root. Omar Kader, he just a leaf from the Islamic tree. Look at it as a tree. We have a tree, and these terrorists, leaves. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Collect the leaves, or just cut the whole tree from the root? The root of the jihad, the root of the terrorism is the Quran. is the teaching of Muhammad. Is the teaching of the imams in Canada. We have so many proofs already that many imams calling for the killing of the Jews, killing of whatever infidels, killing of the kafirs, and yet nobody saying anything, nobody convicting them, nobody calling them this is a hate crime, nobody calling them this is a hate speech, no one saying nothing. And here I go, me, ex-Muslim, came to this country, I escaped to be being brainwashed and to be dragged to the jihad and dragged to be killed and dragged to whatever, and came here to this country. I see all this stupid Trudeau, what he's doing with the lefties and supporting all terrorism and supporting jihad in the Pride Parade. Stupid Trudeau, he's like, happy parade to Allah. What do you mean happy parade to Allah? Do you know that homosexuality in Islam, they killed him? He's retarded, he lost it. So Omar Khadr, keep your eyes on him. We have two scenarios. It's either we stop him to get the money. I don't know how. That's whatever you figure out. And either if he end up finally getting the money, we need to keep our eyes on him. We need to track every single dollar. We need to track this guy. He need to be watched 24/7. He's not safe into the community. He's not safe at all. And for sure, 100%, the terrorists, they will try to contact him. The terrorists in Canada, from Canada, again, try to put their hands on the money to fund their terrorist activists in this country. And if you think that we're not being dragged into living under Sharia law, I'm sorry to say that means you're a dumb. You're still living in your la la land. You're still not getting it yet. You still need to be educated more about Islam. You still need to be more open your eyes and open your brain to the truth. And finally, as I always go to the Word of God, I encourage everyone, the believers, okay, if you believe, I encourage everyone to read Psalm 37. The answer is always in the Bible. The answer is always in the Bible. Of course, we need to pray. First of all, we need to pray for many Muslims to reject the idea of, like what happened to me. I don't hate Muslims. I'm fighting Islam. I'm not fighting Muslims. Okay, we need to enforce the law on Muslims, but we need to fight Islam itself to help many Muslims to understand the danger of Islam, to leave the ideology of killing and dying for Allah. Okay, and we need to spread the word of justice. That's Trudeau judicial conclusion. Trudeau, we have a judicial conclusion. What judicial? What judicial? The guy, he's terrorist. What judicial he wants? Trudeau got to go. Guys, Trudeau got to go. Enough, it's enough from Trudeau. Like how weak we became. How naive, how ignorant is many Canadians. They're seeing all this and they're not doing anything. You don't have dignity? What's wrong with you? You don't feel like for the dollars that you're working for, your tax money, you're working hard to fund the terrorists? To come and rape your women? And rape your kids and take them away from you? Is that what you're doing? Yes, please. I'm gonna encourage everyone to read Psalm 37. That's the answer of what happened. This is the answer. I'm just gonna read a little bit. I would have to read a little bit, just a little bit from it. It's a long one in Arabic, and then I will read a little bit in English, because I know that there's many Muslims. This is my message to Muslims who's watching this video now. I know that you're watching, okay? The fact that you don't know the Quran in Arabic, so here you go. I encourage you to get the Bible and get the true word of God, not your satanic book, hate literature, Quran, and see what our Bible tell us in this kind of situation, what we should do, what we should say, and what we should pray. Psalm 37, it says, لا يقلقك أمر الأشرار ولا تحسد فاعلي الإثم فإنهم مثل الحشيش سريعا يذوبون وكل العشب الأخضر يذبلون توكل على الرب واصنع الخير اسكن في الأرض مطمئنا وراعي الأمانة ابتهج بالرب فيمنحك بغية قلبك. سلم للرب طريقك وتوكل عليه فيتولى أمرك. يظهر براءتك كالنور وحقك ظاهرا كشمس الظهيرة. اسكن أمام الرب وانتظره بصبر ولا تغر من الذي ينجح في مسعاه. بفضل مكائده كف عن الغضب وانبذ السخط ولا تتهور لئلا تفعل الشر لأن فاعلي الشر يستأصلون. أما منتظرو الرب فإنهم يرثون خيرات الأرض. فعما قليل ينقرض الشرير إذ تطلبه ولا تجده. أما الودعاء فيرثون خيرات الأرض ويتمتعون بفيض السلام. I mean to that it says, do not fret because the evil men or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass they will soon wither, they like green plants, they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your hearts. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him and he will do this. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when men succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil. For evil men will be cut off, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found, but the meek will inherit the land and enjoy great peace. Okay, so my advice to read Psalm 37, I'm into that. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. The word of God is that where we trusted. The word of the Lord, it's that we put in the trust. We need to pray hard for this country. We need to pray hard for this nation because the wicked men like a Trudeau, he need to be rebuked. The wicked like the lefties and the liberals, they need to be rebuked. It's enough, it's enough. And now openly taking these terrorists, giving them all these millions, and we're not gonna sit and watch. We need to stand together, united, to fight our war. It's a spiritual warfare, but we need also to submit and to enforce the Canadian law, the Canadian Constitution, the Canadian values, and to be able to be wise and know how to act in these hard times. Canada is going into very, very, very wrong direction. We need to expose Trudeau globally. We need to stand together. And finally, I just wanted to update you for my newest activities. I'm gonna be going to Israel for the first time of my life. I was born in Ramallah, but I was never raised there. I was raised in the stupid Saudi Arabia under stupid Sharia law. So I'm going to Israel, and I'm also going to Poland. Hopefully we can speak more about and educate as much as we can people about the danger and the root of jihad and the root of terrorism, where it comes from. And that's my intention, to fix the problem from the root. The root of the problem, it's the Quran, it's the Islamic ideology that teach people to hate. It teach people to do a jihad and die for Allah. We need to stand and oppose this wicked way and evil way to save as much as we can. Also, many kids, they're gonna be dragged to jihad, okay? And we're not going to be able to bring every jihadist, a Canadian citizen jihadist, okay, from Afghanistan, from Syria, from Iraq, and put them to jail and take their jail time, and then after that we take them out and we apologize to them and we give them $1 million. That's not the solution. That's not the solution. This is a very dumb way of fixing problems. To fix the problem, acknowledge the root of the problem, which is it's in the Quran, it's in the teaching of Muhammad, the leader of all terrorists. Omar Qadir, it's not the first and the last terrorist. More to come. And we have so many hundreds of Canadian citizens, okay, so-called Canadian. I cannot call them even Canadian. I cannot even call Omar Qadir Canadian. I cannot even call Trudeau Canadian at all. Just papers. It doesn't mean he carried the Canadian passport, he become a Canadian. I carry the Canadian passport. What makes me Canadian? It's not the paper. It's not the passport. It's when you really love this country, when you really wanna protect the Canadian Constitution, when you wanna protect the Canadian people from the jihad, from terrorism, that makes you Canadian. When you wanna protect women and girls from being raped, that makes you Canadian. When you wanna live your life freely and don't oppose your so-called law or your so-called religious belief on anybody, that makes you Canadian. We have a democratic constitution, secular constitution. We want to keep it this way. We're not gonna stop until we're gonna continue, and I'm not gonna stop. They would have to kill me to stop me. I'm not gonna stop. Omar Qadir, this is just a beginning. Millions and millions is gonna be funded after to the terrorists here in Canada, and it's your chance, it's your time to do something about it. I'm going to Israel to speak, and I'm going to Poland to speak. Please help the cause. It's a big thing to me. I'm gonna try as well. My goal to try to make a documentary video to expose the Islamic lie, the Palestinian lie, claiming the right for the land. I want to make as much as I can videos, educational videos in Israel to expose the Islamic lie, to expose the Palestinian lie, and to stand with the right for the Jewish people to the land, and to stand for Israel, and speak about the root of the jihad and terrorism problem as well. Whatever I'm doing, I cannot continue without your support, without your thank you for your support, and thank you for whatever you can donate to the cause. Visit my website, voiceofsandrasolomon.com, to make this happen, and more to come. I finished my West Canada tour, and this is just the beginning. After I come back, I'm gonna go to the East Canada tour, and then we carry it on into different and more projects to come, and lots of plans in the future to deliver the message to as many as I can Canadian, to make them wake up and see the truth the way it is, and see the true face of Islam. We don't want jihadists to walk freely in our country, having millions of dollars, spend it with the other jihadists. Keep your eyes on Omar. That's my advice to you. Keep exposing Islam, and God bless you all.